I really want to applaud our being here today and beginning to grapple with this, because only the truth is going to make us free. But I also want to just say that Mr. Jefferson, who wrote the overture of our American's Dream, but I think we should also quote him here, because I think he left us, I think, the marching orders in many ways, even if he could not live it out in his reality and time. When he asked, can the liberties of a nation be secure when we have removed a conviction that these liberties are the gift of God? Indeed, I tremble for my country when I reflect that God is just, that his justice cannot sleep forever. Commerce between master and slave is despotism. Nothing is more certainly written in the book of fate than that these people are to be free, that these people are to be free. The gap between the words and the reality of his deeds is what we're left to close. He gave us the overture of our still unfinished symphony as a nation and our aspiration as a nation. Now we have got to close that and write the next movement.
Marion gave this wonderful quote about, that's upon the Jefferson Memorial. Well, there's the other part of that quote. There was something that was clear to him, that these people were to be free, but they were supposed to be somewhere else. That they would meet, black people would meet their freedom in another country, then commune with white people and a white nation and a black nation, having comity and trade and so forth in that way. He did not believe, he did not see how black and white people could live together in harmony. And that's just a fact. He didn't see that. And many of his generation couldn't see that as well. That was the liberal position. Emancipation and then expatriation. The conservative position was you stay in slavery. And that was the attitude. So we see this person who saw himself as a progressive, but thought that was what progressivism was, that African Americans could never achieve freedom in this particular place. Now, this is the thing that makes Jefferson problematic to so many people today. And to say, look at him, he said that blacks and whites couldn't live together. Of course they can. Well, he was more prophetic than we could have imagined. He's prophetic in a way that we don't like to admit. There has been a struggle. He talks about the possibility of a race war if blacks and whites existed on this continent together for any length of time, with blacks in freedom. And in fact, we have had not a race war in the sense that everybody getting their guns and shooting each other, but certainly lynching, economic violence, political violence, the kinds of things we're talking about, the sort of wealth gap. We've been conflicted. It hasn't been an easy thing. So he was right about that. If he couldn't see a vision, a way out, that's what we've been asking today. How are we going to get out of this? And we don't have the answer any more than he did, even though we've had many more opportunities to learn it, to find the answer. One of the things that people, I sort of remind people, Jefferson was born in 1743. He never saw a train, right? And look at how far we have come, how much we have learned, the people we've seen, Frederick Douglass, Du Bois, all of these people. And we are still grappling with this issue of white supremacy, which is at the heart of the problem, as was mentioned before. And until we wrestle with that, the legacies of slavery are important, but the legacy of white supremacy, the continuing ascendance of that, is what prevents us from moving forward. The class conflict, there's no question that is there, but race was the thing that prevented a kind of class consciousness, a class cohesion among poor whites and blacks, whose interests were very much the same. Race intervened with that. And so until we begin to work on that particular issue, that is the thread that goes, to my mind, between both of these panels. The past, Jefferson grappling with that, and with us grappling with this today, that this is the central task. And I'm not going to stand up here and tell you that I have an answer to that, because it's very, very hard. It's not just an American problem, it is a world problem. Because the only time we've made any progress is when whites of goodwill have said, enough of this. Whatever it is I'm getting by going along with this, there's something else that we want. something else that we can do to make us move forward. And that's my hope. I don't have an answer to how we're going to get there, but I do know that there are a number of people out there. The fact that you're here, many people are here to listen to this and talk about it, suggests that there is some hope for the future. And this is the beginning of a great conversation. I'm so glad that I could be a part of it.